an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I've got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I've got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
Sir, good evening, sir.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
Very good, it's audible.
Yes, sir. Now it is audible, sir. Thank you for the confirmation. Velamani, sir, could you please share your screen so that we will verify once before starting? Yes, your screen is visible. Please share your PPT. We will check once and then we can start immediately, sir. Yes, go to the PowerPoint, sir. PowerPoint.
No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not alone. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
And PhD. He is currently working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science in Rathinam College of Arts and Science in Coimbatore. He published more than 25 research articles in topmost international journals, such as the journals are indexed in Scopus and Web of Science and many other indices. Dr. T. Velumani has attended and presented more than 30 international conferences. He also serving as an editor and reviewer to more than 25 international journals with various indexing indices like Scopus and Web of Science and US Care. And Dr. T. Velumani serves as a research supervisor in Computer Science Department under Bharatiya University. He also got 3 patent rights and 1 design patent grant. He wrote 4 books and published with ISBN number. Dr. T. Velumani got 13.5 lakhs in MSME hackathon. 13.5 lakhs grant in MSME hackathon. He also got awards and recognized by Indian government uh, institutes like NASCAM for best idea of submission to traffic control in Tamil Nadu. Dr. T. Velumani areas of interest is image processing, research directions involved in knowledge discovery and data mining, pattern recognition, knowledge-based neural networks, and software engineering and IoT. And hearty welcome, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation and hand over to you, sir. Please take over the charge of the session.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Very good evening, one and all. It's my immense pleasure. I welcome to you all for the webinar Formulating a Research Problem from Curiosity to Clarity. Because nowadays, each and every education institution and people, those who are studying research, people, those who are at present in higher studies, so the management always focus to publish the article in reputed journal. So most of us we don't know how to write research article and etc. So I am going to give the eye-open session for you. Okay. So I think once you complete that, what are the queries? But I think just you convey to me. I will give the justification for you. Fine. How to write research article? It's very important because to write the article is articulate. So that's why simply it's called an article. So each and every one, it is not possible to write the article. Okay, because we have to make some standard. We have to follow some procedure. We have to follow some protocol. Only then it is possible to achieve that the particular thing. So that's why. What are the key area? Today I am going to focus. First thing is, what is meant by research? Why need research? What are the major steps that involved in research? Based on that, how do we complete the research? Then how can we choose the keywords? What are the major impact of the keywords? Then another important thing, what is the major difference between peer review journal, Scopus Index journal, Web of Science and UGC Care listed? Then what is meant by impact factor? Then how can we calculate the impact factor? What is meant by Scopus indexing? How can we index our paper? What is meant by H index? What is meant by I-10 index? What is meant by citation? So these are all the things. It comes under your research part. So based on this only, just I am going to start my session. Yes. Before going to start, we must know about what is meant by research. So without research, it is not possible to invention each and everything. So the entire thing is comes under the research part. So the research is a careful come detailed study into a specific problem, especially what are the issues we are going to use in the scientific method. Based on that only, we have to provide the best accomplished by the turning in the issue into the best question with the intent of the research to answer the question. Simply is called as research. Research is nothing but just we have to take one problem. The problem it should be in real time. Based on that, just we have to provide the innovative solution. The solution should be unique. Okay. At the same time, it always focus to the social responsibility also. So that's why we have to focus the real-time problem solution in the research. Okay, research is the process of the systematic inquiry that it entails the collection of data and documentation of critical information. Even we can analyze about what are the interpretation methods available into the data formulation, come data information. Based on that, just we have to, accordance with the suitable methodology, what are the relevant methodology, which one is the apted methodology, we have to fix it. Then only we can find out the apted solution for that. So we have to follow in the academic disciplines. Okay. So without research, it is not possible to invent anything. So research is the important thing. Say for example, maximum members from the research scholars, professors, and assistant professor, associate professor, and so many people working in research something. Okay, so most of the people in at present in this webinar. Okay, so we must know about what is meant by research. Why should we need research? What is the importance of research? What is the application of research? Without research, we can't invent anything, but it should be the uniqueness. So that's why we go with the research. Another thing is that what are the major steps that involve in the research process? Yes. First one, how can we choose the research problem? The research problem, it should be unique because so many nowadays, so I am acting as a external member for PhD supervisor, DC member, as well as the thesis evaluator. At present, I'm acting as a research supervisor. So I perform so many roles in the research. So when you ask to the scholars, why are you choosing your research program? What is the intention for that? Somebody told I'm interested in research. I want to become a good scientist. Somebody told I want to complete research, but they don't know why I want to complete research. That is the major impact. Okay, so we should need some awareness. What is meant by research? Why should I complete the research? What is the benefit for us? In case if I completed my research project, what is the benefit? Who will beneficiary? Okay, according to my project, who will the beneficiary? So we must know about that. That's a very important. Then literature survey. What is meant by hypothesis? What is null hypothesis? How can we prepare the research design? How can we collect the data? Another thing is the sampling methods. After that, once I collect the data, how can I analyze the data? How can I interpret the data? Why should I go with the testing part? Then what is meant by generalization? Then how can we get the output? After that, how can we prepare the report? These the each and everything is comes under your research. Once we completed these all the aspects, finally you may get one article. Simply is called a research paper. That the things I'm going to propose now. The first step is the research process. It means we have to choose the title. That is a very important. The title should be relevant to your problem because some people they have to fix some problem in the mind. So I'm going to find out the solution for that. Okay, that is our idea. But when they are choosing the title, it's entirely different. So it's a controversial. What I'm going to propose, it's entirely different from my title. So the title it should be what problem you are going to propose, what is the technology what is the technique you are going to propose. It's a simple kind. Based on that only your title should be. Okay, but most of us, we don't know about how do we choose the problem. It means problem statement. Okay, so your problem statement, it shows the each and everything. It means this is my problem, this is my technique, I'm going to resolve this. These three combinations comes under your problem statement. Okay. Another thing is the abstract. So what is my abstract? Abstract is your nutshell. What I am going to propose for 30 pages or 20 pages or 15 pages. It's a concise your problem. So it's a crispy one. Simply is called an abstract. The abstract it should be 100 to 200 words. It depends. In some articles they will ask I need only 250 words. They strictly follow the words. Okay. Some journals they follow their 150 words, 250 words, 350 words, something like that. So it depends upon the journal. Journal to journal it vary. So based on the gist, we have to make it the abstract. After that, I go with the introduction. The introduction part, it shows the what is the existing thing, what is the existing thing, drawback, advantage, what is the novelty in the proposed thing, what is the advantage. Just we have to include it into the introduction part. Another very important is the research methodology. Research methodology shows the existing architecture and it shows the proposed architecture. How it vary from existing to proposed. What are the novelty? What are the techniques already they used? How can I improvise in my proposed? The all the things is comes under your research methodology. After that, we have to use the literature review studies. It shows the what are the existing literature review is nothing but just we have to go with the past 10 years. Say for example, at present 2025. So I'm going to take the article from 2024 onwards up to date. So because the past 10 years to till date, so many updations happen into relevant to our topic. Say for example, I'm going to give you a real-time example. My problem statement is to identify the skin cancer. Okay, so in past 10 years before, uh, how they calculated, how they predicted the skin cancer by using which algorithm. Then at present, by using which algorithm, we can easy to predict the skin cancer. So the past 10 years, so many developments happen. So what are the things happen from day one to day till now? Just we have to classify. Simply it's called a related studies or literature review. After that, we have to move to the some recommendation part. Then after that only just we move to the conclusion part. In the conclusion part, I'm going to provide the solution for that. Then I can put the result. In the result, what are the things I implemented? Finally, I can get what is the result. Just I have to plot it. Then future studies. It means future work. It means based on my work, it's a scratch. Based on that future, it may be or may not be. Just we have to give one kickstart. Based on the kickstart, the upcoming researcher they have to use our problem statement as a scratch. So the research should be focused these all those things. It's a hierarchy. Okay. Based on that hierarchy only it is possible to complete the research article. Otherwise it is not possible. But most of us we don't know how can we write. So I saw the so many scholars and so many scholars as well as the PG students. So they told, how can we create the literature survey? They told, sir, I download the more than 25 to 15 papers. After that, just I cut copy paste. Finally, I make it one article. So how is it possible? This is somebody wrote the article. Okay, how can you cut copy paste and you have to make one article? I don't know. But the scholars or so many PG students, the people, those who don't have aware about the how to write article, they are did same like this. Okay, they just they have to download to 15 to 20 papers. They make some content from copy paste. Just have to make an article. So this is a not ethic. It's an unethic work. Just we have to avoid in case somebody find out. Okay, this is my work. They without my knowledge they used my title as well as my content. They copied in the sense they will blame you. Okay, it comes under the cyber crime also. Okay, so in case if you don't know about that, but whatever maybe you done, just leave it. But today onwards, just ignore it. Okay, just you try to study. After that, based on that, just you have to make it your own words. What you understand, based on that, just you have to write it. Okay, it's enough. After that, just you make to the correction or review process. See, At present, I am working as a reviewer as well as editor in more than 50 journals like Scopus Index, Web of Science, UGC Calendar, so many peer reviews. I am the chief editor of 5 international journals. Okay, so each and every day I am reviewing 2 to 3 articles. It's my, say for example, I have the curiosity, I have the knowledge about that. Okay, so how can we, so in case if you give one article, I can say within 2 or 3 minutes I can say whether the article you have write it to your own words or just you have to copy or paste it. So once I saw the title, I can easy to tell what you are going to propose, what are the content available in your article. I can say how it's happened based on the experience. Okay. So each and every day I studied so many papers as well as each and every day, at least per week, I reviewed 4 to 5 articles in frequently. Okay. So it's happening. So that's why I can easy to understand what is your problem, what is your problem statement in that. In case if you give the title, what are things comes on, I can easy to deliver to you. Okay, so that's why. So you have to make yourself. You have to shape yourself. Another thing is that how do we select the research problem? Yes, the selection of the research topic as well as the research problem is very very important because the research is a difficult job. When we select the title or research statement, it should be relevant. In case the title and problem is an entirely different one, your project, your roadmap is entirely collapsed. What I'm going to propose, that kind of title just you have to choose it. Okay, that's what already I told. Some people thought I'm going to find out solution for this, but they choose the title is entirely different. So when you choose the title, okay, the technology will also vary. So only I am telling again and again what you are going to find out the solution based on the just you have to take the problem statement. So the understanding thoroughly in the problem statement. After that, you discuss with your masters, gurus like friends, the person who are expert, okay, and along with your teachers. After that only, you have to identify this. The research topic or a problem should be it's a practical or relatively important. It should be feasible as well as the ethical and politically acceptable. Because some people took title is entirely different, but it creates some problem. Okay, like in society. So we should avoid that kind of problem statement as well as the title also. That's what already I told. When we are going to select the problem statement, it should be focus the social responsibilities. Real time problem, just I want to provide the solution. Who is our beneficiary? The community, whether it's the student community or whether the old age people or whether the male or female, the people who below the poverty line, the refugees, transgender, something like that. Okay, who will the beneficiary of your project? That's what very very important. Then how to select the keywords in a research article? So once we first thing is just we have to select our problem statement. After that, just we have to give the appropriate title. Then we have to write the abstract. What I am going to tell, it's an abstract. Then I have to choose the keywords. So how many keywords we want to plot in the article? It's minimum 5. But apart from 5, just you have to include so many things. Up to 10 we have to use. But the minimum 5 is the mandatory. How can we choose the keyword? But most of the people choose the keyword something like that. What are the terms like words? Again and again repeatedly into the article, just they have to put as a keyword. No, it's entirely wrong. We have to choose the keyword. Okay, what is our main objective? What is our main theme? What is our ultimate aim? What I am going to provide the solution? Based on that only, just I have to give the keywords. The keyword should be 5. So focus on the main topic of the research. Avoid the keywords that are only in one word. Like it may be sentence. Somebody told like it's a image processing, right? Machine learning, deep learning, cognitive. It's a data analysis. Data analysis. Not like that. It should be machine learning analyzes, image processing with cloud, something like that. So don't give as a one word, it's a single word. It should be combination with something. Avoid the overlapping of keywords in your title, that those in your keyword list. So we must be specific and use the multi keyword. Simply it's called a key phrases where possible. Okay, that's what. we have to use the multi-level keywords. Simply it's called a key phrases. Then we want to check our keyword whether it's relevant to the journal database. Say for example, I already wrote an article. I have to fix the keywords also. That keyword it should be apted to our article as well as my problem statement as well as my title. Then what is the existing, what is the proposed. So these are the five factors just we have to combine. After that only just we have to plot our keywords. Even the keyword if the concept or concepts covers at least minimum level of just a 20 to 25 percentage of your thesis. Okay, otherwise it is invalid. So that's why I am telling you again and again, just you have to choose the keyword based on your title, problem statement, what is the existing, what is your novelty, what is your conclusion. Based on that only, just base these five criteria you have to put your keywords, otherwise it is useless. That's why. Okay, then extensive literature simply is called a literature review, or it says literature review or system study, something like that. So once we selected the research problem, the second step is the literature review. It's maximum connected with the topics. Yes, availability of the literature review and literature survey, it may bring to the easy for our research work. The ultimate aim of the research work is nothing but the academic journals, conference, seminars, books come book chapter, on government report, and library. Okay, based on that, just we have to make that we have to collect the data for literature survey. That's why I told in case if I choose one problem or problem statement, just I want to go with the past 10 years. Say for example, 2024 to till date, what are the problems they have to identify? Just to consider the one skin cancer or uterus cancer, something like that. So many problems, medical health issues, so many based on the medical data set, we have to derive so many problems day to day. So just you have to say for example, just you have to take one. So we have to derive so many things. Okay, the existing article we can refer or your proposed work. So we need some scratch. Simply it's called a base paper. From the base only, just I have to identify what is the research gap. What are things they have to left it. Okay, I am going to overcome. Simply it's called a research gap. What are the flaws available in your existing article? So in case if you want to start your research, we have to take just to only two research article. Okay, that is your scratch. That is your base paper. So in that the base paper, what are the existing thing available? What are the existing advantage? What is the disadvantage? So just you have to find it. What are the things it is not available? Simply is write as a research gap. So just you have to overcome that research gap. That is your work. So we can easy to simplify our work. It establishes with the authors in depth of understanding and knowledge the field subject. It gives the background of the research. It demonstrates how to research fit with the larger field of study. It provides the overview of success explored during the research also. Okay. So the extensive research is very, very important. Another important thing is the hypothesis. So we must know about hypothesis. Yes, it's a development hypothesis is a technical word. It depends upon the experience. Say for example, the hypothesis it shows the idea that suggested of the possible explanation of something. Say for example, prediction about event it happened or about how it's happened. Okay, the hypothesis is nothing but what are the possible idea and what are the possible ways to explain something. Simply is called hypothesis. As well as the hypothesis is very useful for prediction. Okay, the hypothesis to draw a positive come negative cases affect the aspects of the problem. Simply shows the pros come cons. Say for example, when you're going to take each and every problem having some pros come cons. So based on that, what are the possible solution available? What are the impossible solution available? So just we have to make some analysis part. Simply is called as a analytical part. Maybe or may not be. Okay, but we can't predict. It may definitely it will happen. We can't predict. So it's on probability kind of mode. Maybe or may not be. So that's what it's a possible explanation of something. It's a prediction something. Okay. The hypothesis narrows down the area of the research and keep the researcher to the right path. So just we have to follow the hierarchy. So the totally six steps we have to follow. Simply it's called a hierarchy. Based on the hierarchy only, just I have to complete my hypothesis. The first one, to ask the question. Then based on that question, just I have to collect the research work. Then answer your questions. Then just I have to write the hypothesis draft. Then I have to revise my draft. Finally, I can create a null hypothesis. What is meant by null hypothesis? Null hypothesis based on the data collection, it shows the statistical test. It simply is called a statistical tool. Based on the statistical tool, just I have to get one solution. Simply is called a null hypothesis. Based on the data, just I have to collect the data. Once I collected the data, after that I want to make segregate the data. Then I move with the hypothesis. Hypothesis is nothing but it's a prediction about event. It may be or may not be. After that, then I move to the statistical test. I'm going to give one simple example to you. Just you consider the weather forecast. Okay. So in the weather forecast, they told it may be rain. Okay, but they don't tell it should be rain. It may be rain. It means maybe or may not be. Okay, it's a hypothesis testing. After that, they have to make some statistical data. In which places, something like that in Tamil Nadu, Mumbai, Kerala, these states it will rain, it will occupy. Okay, it's a statistical data. Why they specify there's something specific states only? Based on the statistical data, it is possible to give. So that is the difference between the hypothesis as well as the null hypothesis. Okay. Then how to prepare the research design? It's very, very important. The research design is the entire thing is based on your existing as well as the proposed. So existing, what is the existing diagram available? What is the existing architecture? What I am going to propose? What is I am going to introduce my novelty? Okay, so we have to give the architecture. Simply is called it design. It's a research methodology or architecture. Once we formulate the problem and creating the hypothesis for a research design to prepare the researcher. Yes, it shows it's a diagrammatic representation of the problem. It shows the what are the designs available and what are the designs is depend upon. Then design of the information about the source, skills, come finance, what are the time consuming problem, what are the time latency. So each and everything it comes under your research methodology. Then it shows the different kinds of arrangement collections. Like it shows the descriptive time. It's a elaborate thing. Another thing is the correlation. It's a case control come observational study. Experimental based on your field work. Another is the controlled experiment. Already it's available, just you have to take it. Another thing is the quasi experiment. What is the quasi? Quasi is nothing but research design, but it cannot be in a random assign. Note it down. Quasi means it is not possible to select in a random manner. It should be in the hierarchy. It means it may be ascending order, descending order, but it should not be in a random manner. Simply is called a quasi experiment. So we have to some hierarchy. We have to follow the procedure. I'm going to use the protocol. Simply is called a quasi experiment. So once I completed this part, after that I move to the last part. It is not possible. I have to one after another. Just I have to complete. Simply is called a quasi. Another very important thing is nothing but review. It's a literature review or systematic review. So what is the major difference between systematic review and literature review? Yes, the systematic review. The systematic review is a predefined one. Each and everything it should be in a transparent as well as the reproducible. Then we have to use the
Please,
specific
question
questions
about the feedback form.
and synthesizes. It's available in our systematic review. But the literature
Thank
review
you.
is entirely reciprocal. Okay, it's a descriptive, it's a elaborated thing, broader in scope, provided the context and background of the study. So that is the major difference between the literature review and systematic review. So I think you have to got my point. What is the major difference between the systematic review as well as the literature review? Literature is entirely different from the systematic. Literature is a broad way. We have to study the background and provide the context, each and everything. But systematic is only the predefined It reproducible, specific questions only, just we have to find out the solution for that, but it should be in transparent. That is the major difference. Okay. Another major important role in your article write-up, sampling. Sampling is nothing but just we have to collect the sample data. It's a one kind of tool. Nowadays, so many tools available to segregate the data. I am going to give one real-time example. At present in Kerala, how many people they are eligible for voting? Say for example, how many people above 18, below under 18? Okay, just we have to find out. In this case, we have to segregate for male come female come transgender. How many people they are eligible for voting below 18 and above 18? We have to classify into the male, female come transgender, something like that. So just you have to move into the vertical angle. But the concept is simple. Who is eligible for voting? That is our concept. But we have to move into the vertical angle. We have to provide the solution for that. But this solution is not an accurate manner because it's in a random manner. Say for example, today I took the sampling data, but tomorrow somebody they have birthday, they come across 18 age. Then how can we come with this data? It is not possible. So these kind of data it should be in a random manner. Data collected, how often should be collected? This tool defines the samples to take in order to quantify the system process and what are the issue in the problem statement. Another thing is the probability sampling. That's what already I told. It refers to the selection of a sample from population. The best example is the probability is the samplation. Okay, based on the population sampling, just we have to find out the solution. It based on the randomization. That is a random selection chance. Probability sampling is more complex because time-consuming problem and it's more costly than non-probability sampling. So probability sampling, it's always expensive one. We have to spend a lot of money to get the solution. But non-probability sampling is not like that. It's entirely different because we have to focus the cost-cutting edges as well as we have to complete in a stipulated time period. We don't put much effort when we compare to the probability sampling. So the non-probability sampling is the sample. Just we have to select it in a random, non-random manner. That's what. It's a non-probability in the sense just you have to use only the hierarchy like A to Z or Z to ascending or descending. Not every member of the population has a chance to being included. So each and everything we have to include in the non-probability. But the common non-probability sampling method, it includes the convenience of sampling, voluntary response sampling, and the purposive sampling, and quota sampling, and rest of the thing. It means the group that you will actually collect the data for your research. We can easy to collect the data from non-probability sampling with least cost. It's very, very least expensive. But the probability sampling is the more expensive. So that is the major difference between them. Then what are the attributes? What are the major characteristics? Then applications of sampling. So it shows the 6 advantages. First thing is we have to collect the data very quick manner. So that is the ultimate aim of this sampling. So that's why we have to follow the two things: probability sampling, non-probability sampling. One is the expensive, another is the inexpensive. The inexpensive methodology, it's a non-probability sampling. Easy to do our research work. Yes, once I collect the data, then what can I do? After that, just I have to segregate the data. So once I segregate the data, it's very useful to us to make our research. Then we have to focus the cost cutting edges. My aim is I want to complete research with the least cost, with the all facilities. So that's why we go with the cost cutting edges. Then readily available sample. So we need more sample. So we can collect the sample from data set, we can collect the data set, we can collect the sample from existing thing, from library, from laboratory, okay, from real-time data, whatever it may be. But we have to readily available the sample. Then few rules we have to follow. Just we have to follow the protocol. Once we follow the protocol, we can easily complete our research work very efficiently. So that's why. So these 6 steps is the major, it plays a vital role in our sampling techniques. Then another important thing is the data collection. What do you mean by data? So, frequently I'm watching the people, they use the term data. In computer science, there is no term like data because data is a plural form. But most of the people, they didn't pronounce properly data. They always said data. What is my data? Data is a combination of information. So it's a plural format. Simply it's called a data. In case if you ask to somebody in students, kindly provide your data. Some my data are not available. Data, it's a wrong term. Okay. So we have to use the term data. What is the single format of data? It's a datum. Okay. Singular format is a datum. Plural format is a data. Data collection. Data collection is the plays a vital role in our research work because based on the information only we have to contain the fact which from following two types of research. Once I collect the data, based on my data collection, just I have to classify. One thing is the procedure of collecting, measuring, analysis to accurate insight. What I am going to propose, what are the standard operating procedures I have to follow and to complete my work. After that, just I have to verify as well as validate my work along with several techniques. Say, for example, what is the meaning of verification cum validation? Verification is generally different from validation. Validation means just we have to evaluate, okay, whether it's correct or not. It's a validation. Verification means whether it's a true or false. So entirely different. Verification is entirely different from validation. Okay, people must know what is the major difference between them. Only then it is possible to complete our research based on this procedure. Otherwise, it is not possible. Even the approach of data collection is different for different fields. Yes, absolutely. Because, say for example, one common commerce person, he is doing in research. Say for example, one management person, he is interested in doing research. Say for example, common person took the take what is the DGP rate, so what is the GST value, something like that. He is doing his research. Even the management people, the employee job satisfaction. Okay, in case if what are the benefits if I provide to the employee, they will how they be satisfied in their job. What is the work pressure? How can they balance the work-life balance, something like that. In case if you go with the computer science student, he will take what is the prediction, detection, something like that. What are the new novelty technology available based on it? Just have to sort it out. So data collection is entirely different from person to person because it depends upon your domain, okay, as well as your technique. Then there is a two things available. One thing is the primary data collection, another is the secondary data collection. Primary data collection is the expensive one. So we have to use each and everything in physical. But secondary data collection is not like that. It's an inexpensive one. So primary data collection, we have to focus the questionnaire, interview, experiment, and observation. The each and everything, it comes under face to face. Okay, we have to, in case if I want to collect the data in the sense, directly I have to work the groundwork. Only then it is possible to collect the data. Otherwise, it is not possible to collect the data. So primary data collection may be one of the suitable methods of type research. Data collection quite expensive. That's what, because we have to spend a lot of time in the primary data collection. But in the secondary data collection, it's a very simple as well as inexpensive. It shows the I can collect the data from web source. Okay, another thing is the YouTube lectures, something like that. Then official report as well as the non-official report. Then existing review, literature review, systematic review, whatever it may be. Just I have to collect the data. Based on that, just I have to use as a scratch. From that scratch, I am going to develop my article. It includes the census information by the government department, organizational records, government records. Each and everything comes in the secondary data collection. Okay. Another important thing, once I collect the data, how can I analyze the particular data? How? It's important thing. When once I collect the data, it's forward to the analysis part. It's a 100-200% is a technical work. Once the data analysis may be divided into the two main categories. One thing is the data processing, and is the data exposition. What is the processing? It means we have to segregate into this some sub modules, divided into the sub modules. Say for example, once I collect the data, I'm going to give the simple example to you. Just to consider college. College have to split into vertical angle. That is the arts college, engineering college, medical college, then Siddha, pharmacy, physiotherapy, something like that. Okay, but all the things is comes under psych. So all the things is comes under college. We have to split into vertical angle. Then in that just we have to segregate the data, split the data. It means data editing, coding, data tabulation, then formatting, presentation, measurement, some classification. Data exposition, it means it following the subcategories like conclusion, what are the findings, then narration, description, what are the explanation available, what are the recommendations just I'm going to give, what are the suggestion I'm going to provide. So simply it's called a data exposition. Okay, so we must know about what is my data processing and data exposition. Exposition is each and everything is concerned with the elaborate manner like description, elaboration, narration, recommendation, something like that. So data processing, it focus the classification, tabulation, presentation. Okay, all the things comes with the data processing. Yes, hypothesis testing. Already I explained about hypothesis. Then another important thing is the hypothesis testing. In a research data, we have to forward once we collect the data. I can segregate the data. After that, I will move into the hypothesis testing. Do the hypotheses are related to the facts or not? Yes, we have to find the solution for that. So that's why go with the hypothesis testing. In this testing, the process used to we have to evaluate what are the major strength, what are the major evidence for the sample. Okay, so when we collect the data, it should be some evidence. It is not possible to collect it, something like that. It is pull up into the data. It is impossible because we have to collect the data from the data sources only, data set only. Okay, otherwise they won't accept. Say for example, I'm going to give one real time. So still I'm going to give so many real time examples. Okay, so I'm going to give one real time example to you. At present, I am doing my research in a management concepts, employee job satisfaction. In case, what are the benefits if I give to the employee, he will satisfy. Question is very simple. What are the benefits? First is the salary. I can satisfy with the employee with salary, another perks, then leave. Okay. So I want to give the sufficient time to he or she spend with family or friends, something like that. He or she needs some relaxation. Only then it is possible to concentrate on work. So I want to give the perks, then leave. I want to give the sophisticated environment. I want to give the comfort zone to work. So these are the major benefits. If I give the automatically they will work. Okay. So just what are the facilities I'm going to offer based on that they how to they utilize. We have to evolve it. So what is the major strength? What are the major evidences I have to put along with the sample? Okay. So we have understanding how reliably and exploited to observe the findings in a sample. So based on that only it comes under hypothesis testing. Yes, in that hypothesis testing, it follows the so many things. First thing is the quantitative study. Yes, qualitative and quantitative two things are available. The quantitative it always focus the maximum numbers. The qualitative is focused to the quality. Okay, so without quantity, it is not possible to provide the qualitative of research. So first we have to focus the quantitative, then deductive of nature. It's true nothing but we have to verify the claim whether it's a true or false. Just we have to verify it. Then we have to move to the descriptive. We have to give the explanation for that. Then finally we can provide the result. It's a design, experimental design. Once I completed my experimental, finally I will provide the output for that. Yes, another important thing, generalization come interpretation. We must know what is meant by generalization. The hypothesis is possible for a researcher to arrive at the process of generalization to make and theory. Yes, even some researchers has to know hypothesis for the which research depends upon the theory, which how to the interpretation. That's what already I told. When you are going to choose the problem statement, it should be unique. It should be relevant. In case irrelevant in the sense there is no use, it is not possible to conduct your hypothesis testing as per the generalization. It acts as a reasoning that involves the drawing broad reference to the particular observation based on the entity diagram, ER diagram. Okay. So entity relationship diagram. Why is acknowledged as a quality standard as well as it shows the qualitative research. Finally, I can provide the report. Once I completed each and everything, finally I want to provide one report. The report it should be title, introduction, problem, and background of the study, and acknowledgement result. Even it shows the table, content, graph, design, diagram, and bibliography and rest of things. Main text of the report. What is the main text? Yes, it must be divided into the chapter. Just we have to classify it. Say for example, in case if you are going to write the thesis, we have to classify into 7 chapters. The 7 chapters. First thing is nothing but introduction. Second thing is the literature review. Third one is the research methodology. 4, 5, 6. That is the implementation work. 3 implementation work. And seventh one is result and conclusion. Okay, so we must follow the 7, okay, 7 title in our research title. So I am going to give this example for your dissertation purpose. Once we prepare the dissertation, what will happen? The last step in the business research process contain the bibliography, appendices, index maps, charts, and rest of thing. It's a optional based, but in case if you utilize it, it's very useful to us. That's it. Another very important topic in a research, once we complete our research article, I am interested to publish an article into a reputed journal. So still now we focus, how can we choose the problem statement, how can we give the title, what is the keyword, how can we sort up our introduction, then literature review, then research methodology, what are the testing data analysis, then after that, how can we kickstart our research, okay, then and rest of the things. So still now I explained how to write research article in hierarchy. Once I complete the research, I am going to publish my article in a reputed journal. This is the big question mark, because each and every institution like guides, they told just you have to publish your article in a reputed Scopus Index journal. Okay, so why should they focus Scopus Index journal? There is the 2 things available. One is the peer review journal, Scopus Index journal, Web of Science journal, UGC Callisto journal. So what is the peer review journal? What is the major difference between peer review journal and Scopus Index journal? Yes, peer review in the sense, once you complete your article, you have to share the article into the guru, the person who is expertise your domain. Say for example, I wrote the article in the data mining. Just I had to give my article into the expert, the person who have expert in the data mining. You have to study my article, you have to give some query. I want to resolve that query. Once I resolve that query, after that only it move to the publication. When I move the article into the publication, at the same time, I will show the resolved query. What are the query gave from the reviewer, my expert. Okay, I resolve this query along with the evidence. Just I have to submit to the journal. Once they accept it, after that only they will publish. Simply, it's called a peer review. It's a peer group. Peer group is nothing but based on your domain. That's what already I told: data mining, big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning, quantum computing. Okay, something like that. Okay, the people who is the well-versed knowledge about the particular field, just you have to give an article to the particular member. Based on that query, just you have to resolve. After that, it will publish. This is simply called a peer review. But Scopus Index is a little different one, because the Scopus Index is nothing but Scopus is a corporate company. Okay, they have used the index concept. It means based on the keyword, it will index. But UGC Callisto, there is no index. UGC is run by the Ministry of HRD. In the UGC Callisto, there is no index concept. Web of Science have the index as well as Scopus as the index. But worldwide recognized is the Scopus Index journal only. Once your article is indexed into the Scopus Index, what will happen in the sense the Scopus ID, I10 index and H10 index is automatically increased. So that's why maximum researchers follow the Scopus Index journal. The index is always focused to the books, book chapter, conference, proceedings, and journals also. In case if you submit your article into the IEEE in Springer, automatically index in Scopus. Okay. In case your paper accepted in IEEE conference or Springer conference, automatically it's indexed in Scopus. But the UGC Callisto, there is no Scopus option. So that is the major difference between the peer review journal as well as Scopus Index journal. So each and every day, at least per week, 4 to 5 articles I review. Okay, I reviewed the article and provide the suggestion in case the work is really good as well as it's a really implemented work in the sense that I will accept my that paper. In case the paper is something like this, someone I rejected. There is no content, there is no technical content. Simply I rejected. Okay, because I'm acting as a more than 50 international journal reviewer as well as the editor. It's a uniqueness for me. Okay, it's my unique. I can say proudly, I'm acting as a more than 50 international journals editor come reviewer. I am the chief editor of 5 journals. Without my consent, it is not possible to publish each and every, it is not possible to publish even single article. With my consent only it is possible. Okay, so that's why. What is the impact factor? So when you go into once you complete your article, you are ready for publication. After that, we have to decide the journal, whether it's a peer review, Web of Science, UGC Callisto, Scopus. Another important thing is the impact factor. What is the impact factor? Yes, it shows the frequency with the which the average article in a journal has been cited in a particular year. Yes, I gave the one example. Just you have to citation the 2008 item. So I want to take the 2 years value. I have to sum. Then number of item published the 2 years. I have to calculate the value sum. So finally, I can show the value to things. Just I have to find out this. Okay. So that's why I can easy to find out. Okay. So cite number of recent items, number of recent items. Okay. So site score based on the this is a site score. Then this is the number of item published. So I can find out the impact factor. Okay. But impact factor is vary one. It's always it's not a static, it should be the dynamic one. Indexion of the journals consider of the reflection of the quality, scientific quality compared with the non-index journals also. It shows the two things, journal index and article index. I am going to give simple example. International Journal of International Journal of Commerce. That is the journal name. Okay. It means the journal it index in Scopus. I am going to publish an article in the International Journal of Commerce. But that article is not indexed. It means my article is published Scopus journal, but my article is not indexed. But the International Journal of Commerce is indexed in Scopus. That is the non-index journal. It simply is called a journal index. Another thing is the article index. Article index means I publish my article International Journal of Commerce. My article is indexed in Scopus means my journal is also indexed in Scopus as well as my article is also indexed in Scopus. Okay, that is a major difference. The last thing, types of indexing, science citation index come expand, social science citation, arts and humanities citation, conference proceedings, book citation, data citation, emerging source citation. Okay, these are the different kinds of citation. Okay, so we can index our book also, book chapters also, like the CRC, Francis Taylor, Springer, IEEE. These are all the book chapters, come book or conference, they are indexed in Scopus. Thank you so much. In case participants you have any query, kindly let me know.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. It's a very informative and wonderful session. I request our participants to have, if you have any queries, you can ask our resource person directly. Yes, anyone can unmute and you can ask your questions.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask, like, which is the best publication from academic point of view for your academic growth? Somebody is a PhD student or just PhD passed out. So for his academic growth in teaching field, whether UGC is good or Scopus is good or peer review is fine.
Actually, the peer reviewed is more than enough, but in the educational institution, they won't accept it. That is the major reason. Okay. So, say for example, if I publish one article in peer review, Somebody they publish the article in someone publish the article in Scopus Index. Why they recognize the Scopus Index in the sense we can create the source ID from the Scopus, but the peer review it is not possible. It means if I give the article, it comes under the web source. Go with the website, just I have to search my articles available in the website. It's a very simple. But when I go with the Scopus index in the sense, it recognizes the worldwide. That's what already I told. Scopus index is worldwide recognized one. UGC is only available in India. Web of Science is available in throughout worldwide. But comparatively, Scopus come Web of Science, Scopus come Web of Science, Scopus is recognized better than Web of Science. That is a major reason. Okay, but that's what I'm telling you. If I publish the article in peer review or publish the article in Scopus, whether whether my article is useless and your article is the work, not like that. Okay, so based on the rating, based on the academic pressure only, just we have to go with this Scopus. Otherwise, nothing else. Okay.
But like, thank you, sir. I got your point. But like, Scopus has very high fees as well, right, sir? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, because nowadays most of the students, scholars, they move with the paid version of Scopus. Okay, in case your article should be in the quality in the sense, why should you go with the paid version? Automatically, you will submit the free Scopus Index journal. Your article should be quality in the sense, automatically they will review your paper, they will provide the acceptance. It will you go with the subscription mode. Okay, but in case if you go with the paid version, what will happen? You have to spend a lot of money, say for example 35 to 40K for your publication. Definitely they will publish, it will index, but we can't give the assurance in the long lasting. So that's what Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Q stands for quadrant. It shows the Q1 and Q2. It's a long lasting journal. It means it will take lifelong. Okay, but Q3 it's a moderate. Q4 is the optional. Today, if you publish the article in Scopus in Q4 journal, it is available today. But tomorrow morning, we can't predict. I don't know. Okay, it may be or may not be. It depends. So that's why maximum academic colleges as well as university they specifically mention you have to publish your article in Q1 or Q2 journals only. That is the very important because some people they need index. Okay, so that's why we simply go with the any Q4 journal. The Q4 journals available, but today available. What about tomorrow? It's big question mark. So that is the reason. So that's why they classify Q1, Q2, Q3, come Q4. That is the hierarchy level.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, one more thing. In case if you want to publish the article, okay, in case you need any assistance or help for research, you kindly communicate me. I shared my mail ID. Through my mail ID, just you have to communicate with me. Okay, begin the screen. Definitely, I will help you for your book chapters or thesis, something like that, review process and journal publication, rest of thing. I can assist you. Okay, kindly utilize that.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, what about ABDC?
actually, Australian Business Green Council, it's available, but
Yeah.
people they don't aware about ABDC journals. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
Australian Business Dean Council. Okay, but
Yes, sir.
mainly it's focused to the management concepts. Okay, but
Hmm.
how many colleges as well as the university they recognize the ABDC journals?
Yeah.
No, they focus on the Scopus. But still now, when we compare to the Scopus, ABDC is still not enhanced. It means not improved. Okay, that is the major reason. The ABDC is always focused only the management concept and the economics, management, come commerce fields only. So that's why. I
Okay.
think in north side, like Mumbai, because I think if in 6 to 8 colleges, I'm doing the research for them and conference help, conference publication, so many colleges in Mumbai. Only,
Mm-hmm.
I think only 6 to 7 members only asked about the ABDC journals. Rest of the people always focus to the UGC calendar and Scopus Index journal only. Because that kind of academic pressure, because they have to improve the quality, it means the citation, they have to improve their index. Based on that only in the NAC they can get the point in research. So only they focus to the Scopus index. Okay, that was. So when we compare to the ABDC and Scopus, they always focus to the Scopus only. ABDC still now people they don't aware about that. I'm going to give the simple answer for the people they don't aware about the ABDC. That's my answer.
Okay, sir. Sir, how can we find least cost Scopus journals?
Post journals as well as the
Scopus journal, but it is for the low cost because the Scopus are charging more cost. So it is quite difficult for all of us.
yeah, definitely because they charging 35K, 45K for indexing. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
That's what. That's what already I told. In case your article quality in the sense, why should you go with the paid version? Just you have to apply the
Adjective, I
free
gotta
of cost. First thing.
So it
each
is
and
quite
every
difficult for
Scopus journal
all
have
of
the
us.
two things. One thing is the paid version. Yeah, definitely. Because they charge 35K, always focus for the paid version. Am I right? So I'm going
Yes,
to
sir.
give literally. I'm going to tell one. That's
So
what
only
already I
yeah.
told. In case your article quality in the sense, depends upon the scholars. Some scholars they should have to apply
Adjective, I gotta
the first thing.
So it is quite difficult for all of us.
One thing is the paid yeah, definitely. Because they charge 35K, always focus on the paid version. Want to right? Publish on Scopus.
Yes, sir.
Literally, I'm going to solve my dissertation. So what already I told someone with your article again, I want to go for the depends upon the scholars. Some scholars many candidates have to apply.
Adjective, I gotta
So depends
So it is quite difficult for all of us.
yeah, definitely. Because they charge 35K, always focus on the paid version. There is no way because they should be
Yes, sir.
literally I'm going to solve my dissertation. But what I say, I told someone with your article again, I want to go for because it depends upon the scholars. So many candidates have to apply.
So it is quite difficult for all of us.
Yeah, definitely. Because they charge 35K, always focus on the paid version. There is no way because they should be
Yes, sir.
literally I'm going to solve my dissertation. But what I say, I told someone with your article again, I want to go for because it depends upon the scholars. So many candidates have to apply.
So it is quite difficult for all of us.
Yeah, definitely. Because they charge 35K, always focus on the paid version. There is no way because they should be
Yes, sir.
literally I'm going to solve my dissertation. But what I say, I told someone with your article again, I want to go for because it depends upon the scholars. So many candidates have to apply.
So it is quite difficult for all of us.
Yeah, definitely. Because they charge 35K, always focus on the paid version. There is no way because they should be
Yes, sir.
literally I'm going to solve my dissertation. But what I say, I told someone with your article again, I want to go for because it depends upon the scholars. So many candidates have to apply.
So it is